tap on the glass. Feel free to rattle my cage, romanticize my past, put a price tag on my pain, a trademark stamp at the very end of my name. Wash his guilty hands with the gritty sound of live bass. Tell me who I am, redraw the lines in my face, dip me in by the heel right as the tide breaks. Right as the tide breaks, I belong here inside waves. She speaks to me in her sweet melody, and all I can say is please bury me deep. She baptizes me of all memory, and it's never been easier to fall asleep. She speaks to me in her sweet melody, and all I can say is please bury me deep. She baptizes me of all memory, and it's never been easier to fall asleep. I fucking hate recording. Follow along with the daily customs and pretending you have merit. Leave the chains tied to rusted. Take care of your many monotonous errands. Easy to see flaws in structure and just to act like they're an appearance. And they detach, become careless. These conversations grow generic. So talk all you want, or snap my brittle neck. When I stop caring, animals flaunt their TD skills. I still see nobody staring, and I see the bars on the cage. So rattle it straight to disparage. Occupants inside quickly ascend into the worried hysterics. Witness cold fronts, aimless gold hunts. Icicles hang from the terrace. From the eyelids of those prolonged starter spirits. Spirits themselves, hollow shells. Don't bother to travel near, it's fine. Leave him for the wolves of this memory to take care with. Even the limbs of mine observe the bloodshed through deadpan eyes. As wave caps begin to rise, sharks swim laps around me, I'm confined. Waste basket of a mind, food for thought in a prison wine. Toothpick shards of a child's spine. Hang your coat up for free to dine. Every welcome guest tonight. Every welcome guest tonight. Every welcome guest tonight. I wake up, go to grab my broken psyche off the mantle. My shoes are laced up and I carefully adjust my 5-panel. Flick ash butts and I'm off to see how much stress I can handle. So sure enough, I'm lost in the brush and all my thoughts are scrambled. So when I say stuff to the forced or just plain unsubstantial, find ways to make up these days because I only have a handful, and they take up too much time during the standstill. The lock is spun, locked around your hands and feet, caught in those shackles, chains built tough, and freedom seems like too much of a hassle. Where dreams come from to get crushed and be straight fucking cancelled. Fiction, love, reality and drugs, nobody with a single answer. The cage closes in these days, don't decide where you can't go. The cage closes in these days, you don't decide where you can't go. Go to grab my broken psyche from off the mantle. My shoes laced up as I carefully adjust the 5-panel. Flick ash butts and I'm off to see how much stress I can handle. Sure enough, lost in the brush, all my thoughts are scrambled. When I say stuff, comes off as forced or unsubstantial. Find ways to make up these days because I only have a handful, and they take up too much time during the standstill. The lock is spun, locked around your hands, caught in those shackles, chains built tough. Freedom seems like too much of a hassle. Dreams come from, get crushed and be straight fucking cancelled. Fiction, love, reality, drugs, nobody has answers. The cage closes in these days, you don't decide where you can't go. Where conformity is a law and it's busy buffing the vandals. Don't try to make a stand unless you wanna be another example. Know your role, play pretend, my day ends at best a few more ahead, cup half empty, almost out of time to spend, which is a reference to pessimism you probably won't even get. Fuck it, this is it, and I've been stuck in my bed, up, out of my head, spent life kicking over buckets, I'm dead, this meant nothing, fuck what I've said.
Get out of here, Dewey.
What are y'all doing in here?
We're smoking reefer, and you don't want no part of this shit.
You're smoking reefers?
Yeah, of course we are. Can't you smell it?
No, Sam. I can't.
Come on, Dewey. Join the party.
What do?
Like this.
Hold up.
I'm on the brink of my sanity. Watch me two-step and it topples under the roll of gravity as I fall between the catch of a loose net, held rope by rope like this raft that'll somehow stay afloat. Handles every jab and poke even though everything sinks, including hope, which marks lines through the ink, scribbles out all the notes. Not a thing left to say, nothing left to compose. I hack and choke, take a second to swallow my pride, spit out my tired soul and ascend straight to the waves with each one of my pockets full of stone. No distinction between the days, I just want to be left alone. Didn't ask to get in the way, yeah, they're problems, but they're my own. Between the thoughts and the page, never once saw it change its tone. Can't see the features of my face, only skin across the bone. Through the crisis with no aim, without a passage being known. This just can't be the place that I've been allotted to call my home. This just can't be the place I've been allotted to call my home. It just can't be the place.
Hold up.
We're smoking reefer, and you don't want no part of this shit.
Talk slow, you don't wanna croak over some lost gold. Hand over everything you have, do not choke. I have lost all hope, my soul is hollow. Follow on that tightrope, loath tomorrow, hide behind what I smoke. No time to borrow, I've become like a white ghost. Tough truth to swallow, need that man beneath the lamppost. With his briefcase, please come speak briefly for his sake. Max has been playing with the Ouija, so he seems to need an exorcist to free him of his demons, to cleanse that crooked head of his. And so he seems to need an exorcist. And so he seems to need an exorcist to free him of his demons, to cleanse that crooked head of his. So he seems to need an exorcist. Yo. See the creatures that I walk with, snake pits in my carpet, exactly where the dark is, and pointed out way too often. The cracks within my arm skin, the details which I'm alarmed with, stays active, way too conscious. Just let shit go, just being honest. And in that mirror, I see my carcass. It's not my goal for it to harm us, but it's getting clear. I've been the problem, I've been the problem. I wake up in a snake pit, don't ask me where these days went. Blow grass and ash on pavement. Attached to the flask, I remain sedated, and nothing ever lasts, which I'm finally okay with. The clock rotates fast as the hourglass drains quick, holding on to the past. Forget now, the future seems so vacant. You can find me where my fucking grave is. I'm all kinds of anxious. I've come to welcome my hiatus, so I stay cloaked where shade is. Play with words and phrases. I don't ever see you, and we don't ever say shit. I can't feel a thing, I swear I'm through and that I hate this. Reclused in the tomb, gravestone where my frame sits. Flower petals in my ashtray, I do not feel this pain. See these days as a pathway, slip into my grave. Flower petals in my ashtray, I do not feel this pain. See these days as a pathway. Flower petals in my ashtray, I do not feel this pain. See these days as a pathway, slip into my grave. Flower petals in my ashtray, I do not feel this pain. I do not feel this pain. Nothing feels the same. That I won't wake up, and I promise that I won't be missed. You can find me in a ditch, I'm exhausted, running from my coffin. I'm fucking scared to exist. Images of death often, I stare into the abyss, spit straight into it like fuck you Nietzsche. God isn't dead, you just didn't meet me. Is it him, just another Sisyphus laying bricks for passion that is not his? I am sick of this, I'm adrift in cold winds, asleep with the fish. I don't swim, I am lost out of it, doubtless the days run out quick.